Come to me, my children. Follow the sound of my voice to receive thy blessings. Unburden yourself.
Ow! 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 Ow!
And welcome to the Church of Last Resort with the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll. The Church of Last Resort, where your prayers are heard, your sins forgiven, and no matter what you believe, you won't believe this shit. And now, the Irreverent Reverend, the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. And this includes our new members who may be enjoying us for the first time, wherever you may be, wherever you want to be, because you may not be where you want to be, yet there you are. And here I are in my, well, technically, it's not my office. I'm in Williamsburg, Virginia. That's right. And here in Williamsburg, Virginia, right here in this building where I am in the dining room of the wonderful room 301A, but I'm not telling you which building. You're going to have to find me on your own. Shit, yeah. That's right. Right here in this building, 301A, it is 72 degrees, zero humidity. But on the other side of this wall, that's right, on the other side of this wall, just 8 inches away, because this wall is not as thick as the one I got at home. That's right. This wall, well, it's, somebody built it for them cheap. That's what I'm saying. You can hear everything. I hear everything everywhere in this building. I can hear the next building over. Man, I can hear what's going down at the pool right now. And there's nobody in it. I hear the water sloshing back and forth. Well, maybe that's my bladder. Well, the point is, out there, it's 87 degrees with 15% humidity and a 0% chance that the first trillionaire on the planet will use his wealth to help those less fortunate, which will be everybody else on the planet. Damn. Welcome to the Church of Last Resort. I am the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, PhD, DDS, ADHD, MCM, LIX. That's right. People have also called me the racy reverend, the pervert pastor, the vile vulgar vicar of vice, the sexy shepherd, the missionary man, the minister of mischief, the dirty deacon of doggy style, the freaky frisky friar, the ass man abbot, the colored cleric, the booty banging brother, the handsy high priest, the shameless shaman, the edible eating elder, Father Fistmas, the wicked I like to watch witness, the holy hoe, the divine dominating dominee, the depraved preacher, the tickle me theologian, the minister of making love, the clergy of clever, cunning conversation while eating coochie, and that nasty N-word. That's right. I've been called all of those things. The point is that I come by many names and by many methods, but I don't come easy. That's right. So brothers and sisters, let us begin as we always begin. That's right. In the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor, can I get a fuck? Yeah. That's right. A little editorial note, because of what, for some reason, I don't hear all of the sound effects, so I don't know when they've happened or not. I do not. I just pretend I hear it, give it a second, and then I just move on, and hope that I'm not over talking it. Now I can hear that. I heard that. I don't know what that is, but I heard it. It sounds like this. Sister Ann. Good morning, Sister Ann. Happy Sunday. That's right. Fuck yeah. So, just so you know, because there's a slightly different setup. If you're used to seeing my trademark painting behind me, I say trademark, maybe a patent, could be copyright, maybe none of those, because I don't really own the rights to it. I just inherited the painting, okay? But if you don't see that painting because I am not in the office in Westminster, Maryland. I am live, coming to you live from Williamsburg, Virginia. I'm here with GD and our travel buddy Doug, and we're here vacating the women folk, or having a vacation without the women folk, because the women folk have vacations without us. What can I say? We don't travel well together. Women got too much baggage. I didn't say that. The bottle said that. That's right. The bottle said that a little early in the morning for the bottle, but that's okay. The bottle's talking. The bump in the bottle is talking through me. That's right. The spirit of the Lord of the bottle is speaking through me today. So let me tell you, it's Sunday, but Friday we were here. We've been here since Thursday. That's right. We arrived Thursday. And Friday night, GD and Doug took in a movie. That's right. I didn't go with them. They went to see a movie. They saw Pressure with Brendan Fraser. That's right. And that movie is about the days leading up to D-Day. They said it was a good movie, and GD said he couldn't wait for the sequel, The Day Trump Ruined Everything. See how that turned out. But when they left, I told them, if there's a sock on the door, you know what that means. We've been friends a long time. If you come back and there's a sock on the door, that means I'm doing laundry. And don't throw that sock away because the mate is probably in the dryer. That's right. Morning sunshine. That's right. Good morning sunshine. And I know brother Heavy Kev is out there somewhere because sent me a little gift and I got it. I'm going to show it a little bit later. Now, yes, was it yesterday? Yeah. Well, yes, what's the day? Friday. Yeah, so Friday, yesterday, the three of us played mini golf. There on the premises, they have a little mini golf course, a little 18-hole mini golf course, and every hole was a par 2. It felt like every hole was a par sec the way we were playing, though. And GD was playing like every hole was a par section 8, like we were supposed to subsidize his score. That's what I'm talking about. Man, Lord have mercy. See, but yesterday morning, I called my wife like I do every morning. We talk every evening and we talk every morning. And if we're fortunate, we talk in the middle of the day sometimes. But I guess yesterday we talked in the morning. And my wife Ramona told me that she didn't feel well. She started feeling sick shortly after I left. I thought it was homeless sickness, we not being at home, and she started to feel sick. She had aches, chills, and a fever, and so I feel bad. I feel bad that as soon as I leave, she starts feeling sick. So I said to Doug, I said, look, Amona's not feeling well. She has aches, chills, and a fever, and I know we're supposed to stay till Wednesday, but if she's really sick, would you mind if we left on Thursday? Because I don't want to catch whatever it is she's got. So we could stay an extra day or two. I'd appreciate it. She sounds real bad. That's what I'm talking about. So, brothers and sisters, yes, brothers and sisters, it is time for our opening prayers. Sponsored by GD Fenderson, Certified Forensic Humorist, and at gigsalad.com. That's right. If you have an opening that needs to be filled by humorists, GD Fenderson has your opening needs. That's right. Now, if you or someone you know is in need of a prayer by the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, please send your request for a prayer or healing, forgiveness, or any such request to me at drreverendjellyroll@gmail.com. That's right. And remember to put an E on the end of roll. Otherwise, some other jelly roll will wind up with your request, and you do not want that man or woman or they having, that's right. It could be a he, could be a she, could be a they. To be honest, I don't care about pronouns. They get paid too much any damn way. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. So you get there, you send it to me. Make sure I get it. DR, just like it. See right there? See how the email? See how it's scrolling across the bottom? See, that's a beautiful thing. See, you think that when I'm in Westminster, that's the only time my email just scrolls across the bottom. And I'm like hundreds of miles away, and it's still scrolling across the bottom. That is the beautiful thing about scrolling. That's right. You got a good scrolling, no matter where you go, it scrolls with you. That's right. We got a good scrolling. We got number one scrolling. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Best scrolling. Yeah, nobody scrolls like we scroll. When we scroll good. We scroll deep. That's right. We scroll deep. And I'm just pausing because I'm checking my emails real quick. See, I'm dancing, I'm singing and dancing. There we go. And I got checking my emails so I can see what's up to date right now. And oh, good Lord, that's right. Spotify talking to me again. That's right. So Spotify wants me to update my subscription and tell them what I want to listen to, and it's none of their fucking business. I got my own music system here. I don't need theirs. If I want to hear their shit, I'd go see one of my friends who's got Spotify. I'm not doing it. So now, let me give you our disclaimer because it's that time of day when we do our disclaimer, all right? Now for our disclaimer. While all prayers are heard, not all prayers are answered when we want them to be. Some loopholes and restrictions may apply. And by May, I mean June and July and August and all of the months. That's right. So please bow your head unless you're driving your car. That's right. Just close them. Just close them like this. Close them. That's right. Close your eyes and let Jesus do the driving while we pray. That's right. But do not. Now, you're saying, wait a minute, Rev, aren't you sitting down? That's right. I'm sitting down. So how can you do the worm while you sit? Because I got it like that. That's because I worm from the hips up. The hips up. I don't need the feet to worm. That's right. I don't need the legs to worm. I just need the hips to worm. That's right. See this? That's right. I'm worming from the hips up. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Worming from the hips up. That's right. So you just drive, slowly drive, and then let Jesus do the driving while we pray. But do not let go of the wheel. That's right. Do not let go of the wheel until you know Jesus has full control of your automobile or whatever it is you're driving. Do not let go. Good morning, brother Heavy Calf. That's right. That's right. The Lord talking to all of us today. That's right. And sometimes he's talking to us through our phones. Sometimes he's talking to us through our medications. Sometimes, but we all get a good chance to hear the Lord. That's right. Mm-hmm. So do not let go of the wheel till Jesus get full control, not just the steering, but the gas and the brakes as well. That's right. Otherwise, you'll hit something and it'll be as well. So, dear Lord, please bless Brother Stacey King. That's right. Brother Stacey King, an integral member of the Chicago Bulls front court during their first 3 championships in the 1990s, has died. He was 59. The official cause of death is a fall at his home. While many fans, what? That's not what I wrote. Damn it. Okay, I'm not going to. Okay, this is what happened last night. The computer started acting up and didn't save shit and started defaulting things back to like a previous version of something. And so now I'm hoping I can remember what we actually came up with. But yes, he did die from gravity. Yes, the sudden stop syndrome. That's what it's called, sudden stop syndrome. He had a fall at his home, and so that's his cause of death. Sudden stop syndrome. Sorry. Now, many fans knew him for his energetic television calls and signature catchphrases. What the fuck? Oh yeah. King first became part of the Bulls' history as a member of the franchise's first championship dynasty alongside Scottie Pippen and his sidekick, Michael Jordan. That's right. King was selected with number 6 overall in the 1989 NBA draft out of the University of Oklahoma. He helped lead the Sooners to the 1988 national championship game. Oklahoma later retired his number 33 jersey, cementing his place among the program's all-time greats. Like I say, King, after he retired from the Bulls, became an announcer. And he became famous for like little catchphrases, not all over the world, just famous in the arena, but like Like whenever Derrick Rose drove to the basket and scored against bigger players, he'd yell out, "Too big, too strong, too fast, too good." That's right. Or if Derrick Rose scored like some kind of incredible move on the court, like a double, like a crossover, and he like broke the guy's ankles, he was, "Stop it, DJ! Don't do him like that." That's right. He'd yell that out, Or if Rose dunked on a taller, bigger defender, he might say, "Where are my poster machines? Did you get the memo?" Or that kind of thing. And so people all yell that stuff out with him. They just like yelling the shit with him. If somebody's doing something really crazy, like yell out, "Sriracha!" That's right. That's it, Sriracha. So, right back at ya. So, rest in peace, Stacy. You've made your calls. Now you've been called home. That's right. Can I get too big, too strong, too fast? Too bad. Dear Lord, please bless Brother Taylor Riley. Taylor Riley, a British singer-songwriter who worked with major artists like Britney Spears and Dua Lipa, which I think is Latin for tulips, has died. He was 35. His cause of death was excessive leakage due to stab wounds. That's right. The Metropolitan Police discovered Riley, whose real name is Mark Orabia, wouldn't want to Orabia, in the garden of a residence in the Silvertown area of East London with multiple stab wounds. He was transported to the hospital and was pronounced dead upon arrival. That's right. I thought it was pronounced Tyler Riley, maybe Taylor Riley. But apparently it's just pronounced dead upon arrival. Rest in peace, Riley. What the fuck? No, that's what I'm talking about. I didn't write that. I did not put rest in peace there. The computer was acting up like crazy. I can't. It was acting like the mouse was like the cursor was in continuous pressing mode. And whatever you moved, it was just moving shit all over the place. I had to quit. I had to stop because it was just moving shit all over the place, all willy-nilly and nilly-willy, all over the place. Riley's songwriting resume reads like a playlist of last decade's biggest hits. His credits included his hit "Make You Mine," also Dua Lipa's "Last Dance," and "Hotter Than Hell." It included Khalid's breakthrough anthem "Young, Dumb, and Broke," and Britney Spears' "Clumsy," and lastly the song "Who Do You Love" by the Chainsmokers, and featuring 5 Seconds of Summer. That's right. So rest in peace, Taylor. You just had your last dance. That's right. You died young, but at least you weren't dumb and broke. That's right. Can I get speared by Britney? Because I like some crazy. I like me some crazy. That's right. Dear Lord, please bless Brother Jordan S. Wood. Jordan S. Wood, the eminent and prolific historian known for works such as The Creation of the American Republic and The Radicalism of the American Revolution, has died. He was 92. His cause of death was physics. That's right, physics. Because two physical objects cannot occupy the same space at the same time. So when a 92-year-old man and a car tried to occupy the same space at the same time, the car will win. That's right. The car will win every F equals MA time. That's right. If you're a physics student, you know what F equals MA is. That's right. And that's why he lost. Wood was a well-respected historian among his peers. And that's all I got. because I had more, but it got accidentally deleted. And so I'm winging it from here. That's right, winging it. Rest in peace, Jordan. You say, wait a minute, Rev, if you're winging it, what are you reading? I'm reading my original copy notes before, like the cut and paste obituary stuff. And you say, I get the information, I copy it, put it there, and then I tweak it, and then I add my own flavor to it. And then, but things didn't get saved right, so I got to wing it. Yeah, I can't blame GD for it because he did his best. We stayed up late last night working on this. I actually stayed up with him working on it together. Let me stop. Rest in peace, Jordan. For most of your life, you studied history. Now you are history. That's right. So, can I get a spot in the 900s? Do we get the reference? Dewey Decimal System. See, the 900s is where they kept the history. I shouldn't have to explain that if you know the Dewey Decimal System. So when I say, can I get a spot in the 900s? That's, can I get to be part of history? See, get the reference now? Dewey Decimal. Lord have mercy. Jokes are so much better when you got to explain them. Got to explain them. Dear Lord, please bless Brother Anthony Gadera. Anthony Gadera, Star Trek Deep Space Nine guest, has died. He was 65. His cause of death was cardiac arrest. Back in May of 26, his heart was taken into custody for irregular rhythms in public display of irregular rhythms. That's right. It was sentenced to house arrest. Actually, to death. Well, to life at home without parole. Okay, so he's there for life, which ended. According with Gadera's wishes, life support was discontinued because what the hell? He had that option. So he went out gracefully, and now they want to call it natural causes because once they unplugged him, the heart said, stop naturally. See? Because the heart was bad, so it was only natural that once they unplugged it, it was going to stop. Okay? It's like it's natural. Like if I had that light over there and I cut off the electricity, it's only natural for the light to go out. Well, that's what happened. They turned off the power and the light to his heart went out. Now, the actor, that would be the actor that I was just talking about, Anthony Gadera, and he was an actor and a model, and he portrayed a Kardashian, I think he was Chloe, in season 2, The Circle. But most fans will likely remember him from his contributions to The Godfather Part 3 and some steamy scene time with Natasha Henstridge in the original Species. Now, to be honest, I do not recognize him or anybody else from Species because every time I saw Natasha Henstridge naked, I imagined that she was with me. So I don't know what you imagine. What you imagine may vary. But when I saw it, it was me. Rest in peace, Anthony. You finally have top billing. It's your funeral. Can I get an Armageddon, co-pilot Tucker? That's right. He was in Armageddon. So, nope, I ain't touching no more of that. That's right. I got some more, but literally all I got is like the original notes because the computer just didn't save it. Like California hiker found dead. Turns out the hiker was some guy named William Hazley, who was an author. He wrote Finding the Champion Within with Caitlyn Jenner. That's it. I got nothing else. So I'm gonna skip on over to the good part, where I say, and finally, Lord, please bless the entire behind the scenes staff at Mind Dog TV. They are truly doing your work, helping to spread your word throughout the wordosphere. They could be anywhere today, but they are here, wishing they were anywhere today. Actually, they're not here. I'm here in Williamsburg. He's in New York. But he's wishing he was anywhere today except here in Williamsburg. Because why would he want to be with me? You know what I'm saying? And that ought to count for something. MindDogTV.com/merch. The place to go to get all of your Church of Last Resort gear, your Father's Day gear, your that other stuff. Juneteenth gear. That's right. And you got plenty of time to get all those things, because when is Father's Day? I think that's next week, right? Father's Day's got to be next week. I mean, otherwise, why would me and GD and Doug all be here if we got kids somewhere? I don't know. Literally, I'm going to stand by, because I think Father's Day is next week. I do. Let's see here. When is Father's Day? No, type it. When is Father's Day? Now here's the stupid thing. It says it's giving me a choice of years. I didn't say when was. I don't care when it was. I wonder when it's going to be. So it's next week. So next week, you got time. You got time to get stuff for your beloved ones. That's right. You know, your sperm donors. And even if your father's a mother, get them something, you know. And get something from the MindDogTV.com/merch, you know. Something that will help us do good things for us. That's right. Now, brothers and sisters, the moment that all my luscious friends, all of my drinking friends been waiting for. That's right. Father's Day song by Europa drops tonight. Okay, did not know that. Here we go. It's time to have a little bump for the Lord. That's right. Here we go. Brought to you by Bump in a Bottle. That's right, Bump in a Bottle. Straight from our vineyards to your innards. Wine, just like Jesus used to make. Here we go. Whoa. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to finish the rest of this today, because we got another whole box over there. Because while we're down here, we're picking up some reinforcements. That's right. That's right. Bump, bump, amen. That's what we're talking about. Bump, bump, amen. That's right. While we're down here, we're getting more bottles of the stuff, because the vineyard is not too far from here. You know, I say our vineyard, but it's the vineyard that we use. It's not really my vineyard. I can't afford a vineyard, okay? But the vineyard we use is right around the corner, and we got like a whole box of that shit right there. That's right. We can't sell it legally because we don't have a liquor license, but we can drink the hell out of it. That's what I'm talking about. So, brothers and sisters, in the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor, can I get a fuck? Yeah. Fuck yeah! That's right. Now, brothers and sisters, before I go on to our segment, Looking for God in All the Wrong Places, I want to give a little shout out to our flagship program, Coffee with the Dog, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. That's right. And if you want to be on the show, if you got something you want to promote, you know, like my friend Hannah here. My friend Hannah, I met her, and she's gonna, like, her and her husband Brandon are gonna, you know, soon as we're gonna talk, and she's gonna, I gotta send them information, but they want to be on the show. See, they're magicians, and they have their own theater. See that? The Waxers Magic Theater. See, And so like they're going to be on the show, and you know, so I got some of the information, but they're going to be on the show because they have a theater, a magic theater down here, and so if you want to be like them and be on the show, Sister Curly Hair So Bright's going to tell you how to do it. Go ahead, sister.
Comedians, musicians, songwriters, filmmakers, authors, and podcasters. Coffee with the Dog is booking for the
summer and fall.
now. Get free publicity and hone your interview skill in a fun and safe setting. Coffee with the Dog is a live radio, live stream podcast based in New York that airs daily Monday to Friday 9 a.m. to 11 o'clock in syndication on iHeartRadio, as well as video streaming platforms like YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, and many other platforms. Guests usually come on remotely via StreamYard, like Zoom but easier, although occasionally we do in-studio interviews. The morning show focuses mainly on comedians and musicians, and they have interviewed many top names and classic celebrities such as Robert Klein, Mike Binder, Eddie Brill, Doug Stanhope, Steve Byrne, Paul Provenza, Jeff Altman, and many, many others. For booking, go to minddogtv.com/booking.
There we go. That's right. That's right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sister Curly Hair So Bright. She's a wonderful person. Wonderful person. She's always been there with us. Well, not always, but she's been with us since she started with us. And wonderful woman. Love her to pieces. As a matter of fact, my wife often calls her my second wife. That's right. My wife says, Sister Curly Hair So Bright, it's like your second wife. It's like she's around you almost as much as I am. It's like, you got to be, what? What? And anyway, there's nothing going on between us, just so you know. And so, gentlemen, if you're interested, gentlemen and ladies, if you're interested in Sister Curly Hair So Bright, she is available. That's right. And so what's not to love? What's not to love? Now, brothers and sisters, in today's segment of Looking for God in All the Wrong Places, let me do this. Look at that. Brother Heavy Cab sent that. That's right. Brother Heavy Cab sent that. Isn't that's a beautiful thing. Look at that. That's right. So Brother Heavy Cab sent that to us, and it's nice. We like it. Thank you, Brother Heavy Cab. That's it, because today we're looking at music by The Police from their 1983 album Synchronicity. That's right. And we're looking at King of Pain. Now, mostly, if you've had a life of privilege and wound up with, let's say, $1 trillion in your account, you're not going to become a self-reflective and say, looky what the Lord has given me. I will give back to the least among us. They usually say, I will help those the least among us. Usually people find the rock of ages when they hit rock bottom. Now, Sting wrote this song, King of Pain, in 1982, during a period of intense personal turmoil caused by the painful separation from his first wife, Frances Tumulty. We call those were the tumult years. That's right. Now, while vacationing in Jamaica with his new girlfriend, that's right, he's with his new girlfriend pining over his old wife. What the hell? So while vacationing in Jamaica, trying to process the breakup, he looked up at the sun and noticed a sunspot activity. And he remarked to Trudy, who eventually became his wife, this is according to lore and canon, Sting canon, quote, there's a little black spot on the sun today, followed by, that's my soul up there. Now, according to legend, Trudy playfully rolled her eyes at his dramatic statement, calling him the King of Pain, which sparked the title and lyrics. He took those intensely personal feelings and projected them into surreal poetic symbols to make the sorrow feel universal. Now, We're going to look at those lyrics that Sting went through the trouble of writing down, inspired by looking at a sunspot. The song begins. There's a little black spot on the sun today. It's the same old thing as yesterday. Now, there's some people who are looking through it. They're applying a deeper meaning to that, as though the sun is not the S-U-N, but symbolic of the S-O-N. And the little black spot will be the sins of us that he has put on himself, that he has taken unto himself, saying like there's a little black spot on the sun today, like he took on a new sin for us. The other sins were enough. He got another sin today that he picked up. And it's just like yesterday. He did it yesterday too, okay? Some people are saying that. I'm saying, why is the motherfucker staring at the sun so goddamn long? You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, did I use that? Did I use the wrong? It's like, why is he staring at? Okay, I don't know how long you have to stare at the sun to see a sunspot. I do not know. I do know that if you see one of those rare occurrences with the naked eye, the conditions have to be perfect, such as, which is rare. Okay, so you have a rare occurrence, which would be the sunspot, and the rare conditions, which would be perfect, so that you can see the sunspot with a naked eye. Now, some people, the ancients, if something like that would have happened, they would call that a sign from God. Okay, and they would start looking for signs everywhere else. Once they saw that sign, they said, what else is a sign? Maybe that's a sign. Maybe this is a sign. Signs everywhere. Everywhere's a sign. Signs, everywhere's a sign. So in my mind, and it's a good mind, it's a sharp mind. I haven't had that much to drink. I've only had a sip. Now, catch me after the show. My mind may not be so sharp. But the rest of the song is him looking for signs. Okay? Now I'm going to go back here because this is the first thing. It says, there's a little black spot on the sun today. Okay. Now, Jimmy Walker used to be a comedian. I don't know what he is now. That one of his gigs or one of his jokes was the first black person on the sun. The first person on the sun was a black person. And you know that because he says a little black spot on the sun today. Okay. Well, and everybody laughed, okay? All the other Negroes laughed at that little thing. And to be honest, the sun's fucking hot. I don't care what color you are when you start out. By the time you get there, you're going to be a little black spot, okay? So it doesn't mean that that person was black. It just means they were burnt. Not the same thing. Ask Wesley Snipes. Okay, so we got the first two lines, and we know that that indicates that he's starting to look for signs. As I said, he's looking for signs everywhere. Everywhere he's looking for signs. So the next two lines say, there's a black hat caught in a high treetop. Now, it's black hat, not black cat, like I thought for years until I read this, okay? I thought it was there's a black cat caught in a high treetop. And it didn't really make sense to me because the cat got up there, the cat can get the fuck down. I know I had a cat, and he did that to me. My cat was out in the, he was still a kitten. He was still a kitten, and I was taking him outside, and I wanted him to learn to climb a tree so he could get down by himself. And so I put him on a branch, just so that I could reach. Just about 6 foot, 7 foot in the air. I put my kitten on that branch, and I wanted him to come down. And instead of coming down, he went up. And not only did he go up, he went up further than I could reach. So I backed my car up to the tree, and I stood on top of the car, and I reached for my cat, and my cat climbed up further out of my reach. So then I went and got my step ladder, a 6-foot step ladder, and I crawled on top of the car, put the 6-foot ladder on top of the car, climbed the ladder to reach the cat. And the cat got a little bit further out of my reach. And I went, son of a bitch. So I went to go get my 28-foot ladder. And I grabbed my 28-foot ladder, and I come back, and the cat's at the bottom of the tree. Did not need my help to get down. at all. And I went through all that fucking trouble panicking, thinking that my wife was going to kill me because I let the cat climb the tree and got stuck up there. No such thing as a cat that's stuck in a tree. It's a cat that don't want to come down from a tree. But that's not the same thing here. This is a hat. Hat don't have that choice. There's a black hat caught in a high treetop. And there's a flagpole rag, and the wind won't stop. Now, a flagpole rag is probably very simple. The flagpole rag is just an old flag that's been there so long that it's just weather worn, tore up. They should take it, if it's an American flag, they should take it down and burn it, which is the proper way to dispose of an American flag. Okay? And then he's saying, so if that's the case, why were all those people having such a fucking fit over the flags being burned? If that's how you suppose, if that is the proper way to dispose of a flag. The only thing I can think of is that they were upset because there wasn't a ceremony for it. Because according to U.S. law, to get rid of a flag that is no longer in service, there's a ceremony and then there's a funeral pyre. And so people, this flag should be taken down off that pole and burned with dignity. The dignity. Now, if it's a flag that's not a U.S. flag, like any other flag, let the fucker wave. Let her stay up there and rot. I don't care. The next line says, I have stood here before inside the pouring rain with the world turning circles running around my brain. Now, the last time Sting was in the pouring rain, he had a big enough umbrella, but it was still getting wet. That's right. This is not the first time Sting was in the rain. And you would think that a man his age by this time would know how to get out of the rain. Or at least stay dry if you're going to get the rain. Not a smart man, but he does know Tantra. Tantric yoga. Yes, indeed. Now, the next line, okay, because we're going to get back to with the world turning circles running around my brain. We're going to get back to that because of the next line, okay? The next line says, I guess I'm always hoping that you'll end this reign. See, that's a double, there's a good play on words there for with Sting, for someone with such a low IQ. Such a low IQ that he can't stand in the, he gets wet every time it rains. He's not that bright for that, but he's got this pretty good because the words he wrote was, I guess I'm always hoping that you'll end this reign, R-E-I-G-N. Because remember, he's the king of pain. But it's also, he's standing in the rain, R-A-I-N. And he's not smart enough not to get wet. So he wants you to both stop the rain so he can stay dry and end his reign as, quote, but it's my destiny to be the king of pain. Okay? So he wants you to end the rain and the rain. That's right. The rain and the rain. That's right. Now, after this line, but it's my destiny to be the king of pain, because he wants you to stop it, but it's like, this is what I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be this big of a martyr. Okay? That's it. I'm supposed to feel everybody's pain. And if that's the case, then he's not relinquishing his pain to Jesus or his suffering to Jesus. He says, I'm going to keep it myself, like Captain Kirk says. I need my pain. That's who I am. I need my pain. Captain Kirk said that, or something like that. I didn't quote him. The song continues. Okay, now these added, like I said, he added another element that we're going to talk about. That's right. It says, there's a little black spot on the sun today. And then he adds, that's my soul up there. See? He goes right back to the beginning, but now he's added something else. The same observation, the same little black spot, but now he identifies with it because that's my soul up there. It's the same old thing as yesterday. That's my soul up there. You know, there's a black hat caught in a high treetop. That's my soul up there. There's a flagpole rag and the wind won't stop. That's my soul up there. So he's identifying with all of these circumstances that are up there. Because his soul, he's so in tune with what's going on. It's like no matter what is happening, he feels it too. Okay. It's like, I understand your suffering. He's like, Sting is saying, I feel your pain. I feel your pain. That's right. Sting is doing that. I feel your pain. Because my soul is up there. He continues. Where does he continue? I'll tell you where he continues. I have stood here before inside the pouring rain with the world turning circles running around my brain. He's repeating what he said already. I don't have to retranslate for you to reinterpret it for you, right? You know what we said before. I guess I'm with the world turning circles running around my brain. I guess I'm always hoping that you'll end this reign, but it's my destiny to be the king of pain. Now, does that mean something different now that he's added the element of that's my soul up there? Next line reads, there's a fossil that's trapped in a high cliff wall. That's my soul up there. There's a dead salmon frozen in a waterfall. That's my soul up there. Now, the fossil and the salmon are both dead, frozen in time, but not buried in the ground. And by two different methods. Okay, two different methods. They're dead and frozen in time. The fossil is trapped. This is a high cliff wall. Now, I have seen this. I've been to like San Diego. San Diego, there's like this cliff that where you, like the land just stops and there's a cliff and there's the beach and then there's the water. And if you look up the cliff, the side of the cliff, you can't climb it, but you can see the remnants of things that once were. That's right. There's one, and what I'm thinking of in particular, and those of you who have been on Black Beach will go, yes, I saw it too. If you've ever been to Black Beach in San Diego, there's a half of a car sticking out of the side of the cliff. That's right. A half of a car sticking out of the side of a cliff. Let me say that again. If you go to Black Beach in San Diego, there's a car about 100 feet up in the air sticking halfway out the cliff. The front half of that car is in the side of the cliff. That's right. You can check that out yourself. I have a picture somewhere in my collection of pictures somewhere. I think I should have. I don't know. No, I do not have that picture. And I tell you why. Because Black Beach is a nudist beach, and they did not allow cameras down on the beach. So we took all of our pictures before we went down to the beach, and then we put our cameras away. And you're saying, well, why didn't you take your camera down on the beach with you? You could have stuck it with you. Where would we hide it? It's a nude beach. Where would you hide the camera? I'm telling you now, wherever you would hide the camera, it would not fit for me. Okay. So that's why I did not have a picture of that car in the side of the cliff. But if you've ever been there, you've seen it. Guarantee it. So check it out. But the point is, the fossil and the salmon are both dead and they're both frozen in time, but not by the same methods. One is frozen in dirt and the salmon is frozen in water. We were going to continue this because he does us again. He says, there's a blue whale beached by a springtime's ebb. Now, he doesn't say it's dead. It's trapped. It's beached. When a whale is beached, it can live for a little bit, before the weight of the air pressure pushes down on him and he can no longer breathe. He slowly suffocates. It's almost like a crucifixion when you're stuck like this, and eventually the pressure pushes down on the lungs, and every breath you take will be a little less air. Every breath you take, a little less air, and you suffocate. And that's what's happening with the whale. The whale can breathe the air, but his body is so massive, it takes so much energy for him to breathe when he's not in the water. When he's in the water helps alleviate the pressure, and he can breathe more freely. But when he's on the beach, with the springtime's ebb, he's suffocating. He's trapped. Just like the butterfly is trapped in the spider's web. Okay? And they're in the same situation, but they're two totally different ends of the spectrum. The whale is one of the largest creatures on the planet, the blue whale, and the butterfly is one of the smaller ones. The great and the small are suffering the same state. That's right. But in both of those circumstances, or all four, the salmon, the fossil, the whale, and the butterfly, Sting says, my soul is there. Now, he continues, I've stood here before inside the pouring rain, with the world turning circles running around my brain. I guess I'm always hoping that you'll end this rain. Rain, 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 rain. But it's my destiny to be the king of pain. Now, he says here, there's a king on a throne with his eyes torn out. There's a blind man looking for a shadow of doubt. Now, the funny thing is, he says there's a king with his eyes torn out. He's blind. But he makes a difference between that king and that blind man who's looking for a shadow of doubt. That's right. Even though they're both suffering the same ailment, they are both blind. They're two different spectrums. You got the king who has no doubt. His word is absolute. No doubt. And then you got the blind man looking for a shadow of doubt. That's what I'm talking about. Both men are blind, but two different situations with two different stations with similar situations. Let me say that again. Two different stations with similar situations. That's right. He's used that metaphor again, twice before. Now there's the next line. He continues. There's a rich man sleeping on a golden bed. There's a skeleton choking on a crust of bread. Now, a gold bed is not comfortable. He's a rich man. Why not choose a comfortable bed? You know, like a saliva or whatever that thing is called. Why not? Why not be more comfortable? He's got wealth. He's got so much wealth and so much discomfort. If we continue, the skeleton is choking on a crust of bread. The skeleton is probably one of those starving children. If we look at, because obviously a skeleton cannot choke. But if he's a starving child, let's say one of those starving children in Africa that my mother told me about, you know, she wanted me to eat my food. They're both in discomfort. Two different stations of life. The rich king, the rich man on a golden bed, that's not comfortable. If you've ever tried to sleep if you try to sleep at a guest, you can sleep at somebody else's house and it's not that comfortable because they got a different kind of bed. If it's a gold bed, yeah, they're rich. But why not spend some of that gold on something a little more practical? Not a bed. So maybe he's rich and impractical, but it's still uncomfortable. Yeah, the king of pain. That's right. There's a red fox torn by a huntsman's pack. There's a black-winged gull with a broken back. Okay, again, two different situations. The fox It's just being killed for sport. Okay, that's for sport. That's what they do. The huntsmen, they get their dogs out and they chase down the fox, and the fox is not clever enough. Although he's outnumbered, he could be clever and just can't beat them all. Can't beat them all. Now the black-winged gull, I don't know what he did wrong. And matter of fact, when I read those two lines, I said, let me see, what is Sting thinking? Other than my soul's up there. Okay. He sees his soul in the suffering of the red fox and the black-winged gull with the broken back. And he doesn't say it's dead, but it might as well be. But it continues, there's a little black spot on the sun today. Same old thing as yesterday. I've stood here before inside the pouring rain with the world turning circles running around my brain. Can't stop thinking about it. Just can't stop thinking about it. Because his soul is in everything. Can't stop it. So I guess I'm always hoping that you'll end this reign, but it's my destiny to be the king of pain. And he just keeps saying it over again. I'll always be king of pain. I'll always be king of pain. Now, is this him being a martyr? Or is it a realization that he will just always suffer because as long as he is alive, he will suffer? You know, like the Buddhist premise is that we suffer because we want, we desire things. That's why we suffer. To quote the great Dread Pirate Roberts, life is pain, Highness. Anyone who says differently is trying to say something. That's right. That is how we're going to end our thoughts on King of Pain. Everybody suffers a little bit of pain. And if you're strong enough, you live through it. If you're smart enough, you learn from it. And if you're... I didn't think of a third thing. I'm going to end there. How about that? That's right. I want to take this opportunity to let people know that there's a new episode of Done Way Past Funny available. You can go to GD Fenderson's page, YouTube page. It's not up on Spark TV yet, and it is not up on Roku TV yet. But it will be available on both of those channels soon. When it's available on Roku, it will be available on Knob TV and SparkTV.com. But if you want to catch a preview of it right now, you just go to gdfenderson.com. GD Fenderson. You can just, it's easier. Well, it's just as easy. You can go to sogdfunny.com, pull down the menu and go to Done Way Past Funny, and you find James Pescatelli. He's like the last entry, because all of the entries are in order. So you go to the last entry and you'll find the most recent one, James Pescatelli. You know, and he's a mockumentary filmmaker. He makes films, short films that are spoofs of what you might call real life. And he also has a 90-minute full feature film, a apocalyptic film called The Ninth Circle. So you can check that out. There are links on sogdfunny.com. Before I close, I want to, first of all, I want to thank all of you who have subscribed to my fledgling YouTube channel, which is no one in about a month and a half. The Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll on YouTube and on Facebook with an E. Bless you. Even if you haven't signed up, but you haven't, bless you anyway. I'm not an angry man. I'm not a selfish man. I just want things to grow. Like I want you to grow. I want my channel to grow too. I want you and my channel to grow. Maybe you can both grow together. That's right. If you need a humorist for your event, check out gigseller.com, GD Fenderson. The next time you need to hire a comedian or for a private event, he is available and he is funny. I will vouch for him. On behalf of the Church of Last Resort and the entire royal family, my wife Ramona, honey, if you're watching, and I know you're not because you're not feeling well. When I talked to my wife this morning, I said, honey, I said, I'll say a prayer for you on air. And she goes, don't bother. I won't be watching. So, yeah, she says, I am so tired. I'm so sleep. I don't even have the energy to change the channel. Whatever's on this channel is what I'm stuck watching. And when I left the house, it was on Playboy pay-per-view. So she's still watching it after 7 days. That's going to be a lot of fucking money on my account that I'm going to have to pay off. Because they charge you not by the hour, by the movie. And if she's too tired to change the channel, she's going to be watching Playboy for 6 days. Or previews. I don't know. Because I don't know if you have to click every movie or if it just says, he signed up for that, he's got to pay for them all. We'll see. So, honey, if you are watching, which I doubt it, get well. All right, love you. My kids, Cinnamon and Jelly Jr., our cat, Tootsie, and our dog, Stop, Drop, and Roll. I wish you safe travels, everybody, and hope you will join us next week at 9 a.m. Eastern Orthodox time on Mondog TV. And hopefully, by then, I will be in my own office, and I will have the traditional picture behind me. Okay, and so thank you, everybody. I appreciate you being here. In the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, Richard Pryor, can I get a fuck? Yeah. Fuck yeah. That's